Guess who's back, motherfuckers? That's right, it's me. After a whole month of me being MIA from YouTube, I have returned to review Fortnite's most recent season, Chapter 4 Season 3. So let us begin.
Knock it down, give up.
So as you remember, I finished last season's miserable review with the Battle Pass. Well, instead we're going to start with it, so let's see. Well, yeah, this Battle Pass blows, not gonna lie. And I don't want to waste time giving the same rating to most of these guys, so I'll move on to the next thing, I guess. As you can tell, I've been a fan of the new items, so let's rate these instead. Starting with none other than the Cybertron cannon, and this weapon did not disappoint. They took one of my favorite mythics in the game, fused it with an RPG, and we got this masterpiece. 11 out of 10 immediately.
Why haven't you discussed the drum shotgun yet?
Glad you asked, Lil Timmy. The drum shotgun has been less of an issue this season. So due to its irrelevance. Question mark out of 10? Well, I don't know, that's for you guys to discuss since I don't use the gun often. Next is the Sharp Tooth shotgun. Epic Games, why did you make this a separate shotgun? You could have just added the real pump and that would be the end of it. But, I guess it's not horrible. Just a regular pump that does slightly less damage. So, 5 out of 10. Next up is going to be the MK Alpha, which is somehow better than the MK7 for me. Despite the slower fire rate, the damage is really good and the recoil is a lot less frustrating, which allows me to fucking people out of the air, and since that's a win-win. 9.5 out of 10. For once an accurate AR. Alright, so since there's a lot more items they've added this season, I'm going to do a speed round for the less important weapons. Are you ready? First we got the Flapjack, which is terrible at far range, but any other range slaps. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Next is the Thermal DMR, which would be fine if the recoil wasn't so strong. I didn't use the gun much, so 4.8 out of 10. Then we have the Mammoth Pistol, which is just an inferior version of the revolver and the Deagle. So it gets a 3 out of 10. Up next is the Kinetic Boomerang, which I am very mixed on. It's dogshit compared to the Blade, but it's a cool concept, so I give it a 6 out of 10. And next is the Explosive Repeater Rifle, which is honestly on par with the MK Alpha. It's definitely become one of my favorites because shooting people from far range with explosives is funny, so I give it an 8 out of 10. Last up for me are the Cloak Gauntlets. I'm happy to see them bring back the Predator Mythic from Season 5, and although it's not useful in BR, it could make for some very interesting creative map ideas. 8.7 out of 10. As for the Future Armor and Jujutsu Kaisen Mythics, I haven't used them enough yet and am too lazy to rate any more weapons, lol. So my next thing to talk about for this season is the new map. I'd go as far as to say that the map changes this season were really good. I really like the new jungle/temple biome. It makes me curious to see what next season's map will be like. 8 out of 10. Diving deeper into the jungle biome, there are a lot of really cool features in there too, such as grind vines, those explosive plant things, the mud, and the really tall trees. This biome is literally chaos, but the good kind. So for my final thoughts. This season was surprisingly more decent than the previous two, however. These seasons won't compare to Chapter 1 and 2's, which I'll explain why later. But since this season was chill, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now, there is a big issue with this game that I feel like no one has really been talking about yet. I'm going to stop joking around and keep it real with you all. So take notes, Epic, this could save your game. I've really noticed something about the game changed ever since Chapter 3 Season 3. Something different. First off, where are all the LTMs? Why has there been such a shortage of content? Why did this game lose its charm? I think I know the answer to this. To put it simply, Epic has focused all their time onto stuff like UEFN, and competitive. Which will only cater to those audiences. What made this game feel special is how it's always changing every week. And just recently we've been getting the short end of the stick, so, there it is. The current issue that has been killing this game since Chapter 3, is the fact that they've been sucking the variety and charm out of the game to pump out things that aren't really open to other players. I mean, remember LTMs? Community votes? They're all gone. And the consequences of these actions? We get things like this.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Yep, this is modern Fortnite. Low effort creative maps, baby. This is the culmination of everything they took LTMs out of the game for. Wow. Just wow. And look, I know Epic Games didn't make these or want these on Discovery tab. But they are responsible for it, so they should be held accountable. I mean, if you're gonna remove a big feature that made your game special, at least make the replacement hold up. This is just sad, no effort, no soul, nothing. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for sitting through my rant about the current state of the game. Thanks for watching, and thanks for existing, I guess. It's been fun, but now I am going to probably disappear again for a while. See ya soon.